Highlights program on Azərbaycan Televiziya with the major developments of the week. I'm your host, Ilham Məmmədov. Now first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham held a meeting with Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi. President of Azerbaijan, Ilham and Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, held a meeting in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. On July 7th, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham received a delegation of Pakistan led by Sardar Ayaz Sadiq, Speaker of the National Assembly.
The head of state emphasized the excellent level of political relations between the two countries, noting that bilateral ties are based on brotherhood, mutual support and solidarity. President Ilham fondly recalled the participation of Pakistan's Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif in the 17th summit of the Economic Cooperation Organization in Khankendi a few days ago, as well as their meeting, during which extensive discussions on the bilateral agenda were held. The president highlighted that this was not the Prime Minister's first visit to Azerbaijan's liberated territories, recalling Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif's trip to Lichin in May this year and his participation in an event marking Azerbaijan's Independence Day. The head of state touched upon the successful cooperation between Azerbaijan and Pakistan in politics, economy and investments, underscoring the role of interparliamentary cooperation in expanding relations. He welcomed the mutual support provided by the parliamentary delegations of both countries in international parliamentary organizations. President Ilham Aliyev expressed confidence that the visit of the Pakistani delegation to Azerbaijan would be productive. Expressing gratitude for the reception, the Speaker of Pakistan's National Assembly emphasized the honor of visiting Azerbaijan and meeting with the head of state. Sardar Ayaz Sadiq noted that the delegation he leads includes members of both the ruling party and the opposition in the National Assembly, highlighting that this reflects a unified and solid stance towards Azerbaijan with Pakistan's National Assembly. In turn, the Speaker underscored the importance of interparliamentary relations between the two countries, emphasizing that Azerbaijan and Pakistan have always demonstrated solidarity in both challenging and joyful times. Sardar Ayaz Sadiq congratulated President Ilham Aliyev on the successful organization of the 17th Eco Summit, noting the significant political importance of holding the event in Khankendi. He particularly praised the large-scale reconstruction and restoration works underway in Karabakh and East Zengezur. During the meeting, it was noted that Sardar Ayaz Sadiq's visit to Azerbaijan provided a valuable opportunity to discuss the expansion of interparliamentary relations. They also discussed furthering cooperation between the legislative bodies of Azerbaijan and Pakistan. The conversation included an exchange of views on the prospects for cooperation between Azerbaijan and Pakistan in economy, trade, energy, industry, investments, transport, tourism, and other areas.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, arrived in the United Arab Emirates on July 9th for a working visit.
A guard of honor was lined up at Zayed International Airport in Abu Dhabi in honor of the Azerbaijani president. President Ilham Aliyev was welcomed by Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Vice President, Deputy Prime Minister and Chairman of the Presidential Court of the United Arab Emirates, along with other officials.
On July 9th, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, held a meeting with Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi. During the conversation, the sides emphasized the strategic partnership between Azerbaijan and the UAE based on friendship and brotherhood. They praised the high level of political relations and the growing economic and trade cooperation between the two countries. The parties fondly recalled President Ilham Aliyev's visit to the UAE this January and President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan's visit to Azerbaijan, noting that this visit featured extensive discussions on a wide-ranging bilateral agenda. The meeting included an exchange of views on bilateral relations, with particular emphasis on the successful cooperation in the energy sector, especially in renewable energy. The sides also discussed prospective projects in this area. The presidents hailed the collaboration between SOCAR and ADNOC, as well as between Azerbaijan and the UAE's Masdar company in renewable energy. They also highlighted the significance of the Economic Cooperation Organization summit held in the city of Khankendi, expressing appreciation for the UAE's high-level participation in the event. Following the discussions and in the presence of both presidents, the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the government of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the government of the United Arab Emirates was signed. At the conclusion of the meeting, President Ilham Aliyev presented a keepsake to President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. On July 10th, President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia Nikol Pashinyan held a meeting in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, initially with the participation of their delegations. The meeting then continued in a one-on-one format. The head of state received Meryem Kvırvishvili, Georgia's Minister of Economy and Sustainable Development, on July 11th. President Ilham Aliyev congratulated Meryem Kvırvishvili on her appointment as minister, noting that her visit to Azerbaijan shortly after assuming her duties is a testament to the close cooperation between the two countries. Expressing gratitude for the hospitality and congratulations, Meryem Kvırvishvili said she felt honored to meet with the head of state. The minister conveyed the greetings of Georgia's Prime Minister Irakli Kobakhidze to President Ilham Aliyev. The Azerbaijani leader expressed his appreciation for the greetings and requested that his regards be conveyed to Irakli Kobakhidze. The president recalled with satisfaction that after the parliamentary elections in Georgia, Irakli Kobakhidze made his first foreign visit to Azerbaijan in January this year, describing it as an example of the friendship and brotherhood between Azerbaijan and Georgia. Meryem Kvırvishvili emphasized President Ilham Aliyev's status as a global leader, noting that he is regarded as a friend in Georgia. During the meeting, they emphasized the broad agenda of bilateral relations, noting that cooperation between Azerbaijan and Georgia in the fields of energy and transport, as well as the implementation of joint projects, holds strategic significance not only for the two countries, but also for the wider region. They stressed the importance of enhancing bilateral and multilateral cooperation in areas such as connectivity, energy, trade, and investment, and expressed hope for the further expansion of relations in various directions. The sides underlined that Azerbaijan is one of Georgia's main trade partners, highlighting the considerable potential for increasing trade turnover. They also exchanged views on the implementation of joint projects across different sectors of the economy. Ilham Aliyev, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, held an expanded meeting with Ahmad al-Shara, Transitional President of the Syrian Arab Republic, on July 12th. The head of state welcomed the transitional president of Syria. President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and transitional president of Syria Ahmed al-Shara, posed for an official photograph. President Ilham Aliyev expressed hope that Ahmed al-Shara's visit to Azerbaijan would significantly contribute to the development of bilateral relations. He noted that due to the unfriendly policies of the previous Syrian government toward Azerbaijan, bilateral relations had experienced a period of stagnation. However, he emphasized that the establishment of the new government in Syria has opened significant prospects for the advancement of ties. Recalling the visit of an Azerbaijani delegation, including the Deputy Prime Minister and representatives from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to Syria, President Ilham Aliyev highlighted that discussions during the visit focused on projects to enhance cooperation in various fields. Transitional President of Syria, Ahmed al-Shara, fondly recalled his meeting with President Ilham Aliyev during the Antalya Diplomacy Forum. He expressed gratitude to President Ilham Aliyev for Azerbaijan's brotherly support to Syria. Ahmed al-Shara noted with regret that the previous Syrian government had damaged relations with many countries, including Azerbaijan. He affirmed Syria's interest in cooperating with Azerbaijan in political, economic, trade, cultural, humanitarian, and other areas. Congratulating Azerbaijan on its successes and the liberation of its territories, the transitional president noted that Azerbaijan faced challenges in the 1990s, but overcame them admirably and is now experiencing development. The meeting emphasized the importance of cooperation in the energy sector, particularly noting Syria's current severe energy challenges. They highlighted that a project to export Azerbaijani gas to Syria via Turkey would soon be implemented, contributing to Syria's energy security. Azerbaijan's capability to support the restoration of Syria's energy sector was also underscored. Ahmed al-Shara emphasized the significance of Azerbaijan's contribution to addressing Syria's energy issues, noting its importance for the country's development. The discussion also revolved around cooperation in humanitarian, educational, and cultural fields, including the provision of scholarships for Syrian students in Azerbaijan and the restoration of cultural monuments. Considering Azerbaijan's experience in reconstruction and restoration in its liberated territories, they noted that Azerbaijan could contribute to Syria's post-conflict reconstruction process. Other issues of mutual interest were also discussed during the meeting. Then, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev had a limited format meeting with Transitional President of the Syrian Arab Republic, Ahmed al-Shara. That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.